8.6 Blackout versus 308. Obviously, when it comes to subsonics, there's no comparison. But when it comes to supersonics, that's where we have a bit of a problem, because the 8.6 is almost too large of a case for subsonics, but almost too small of a case for driving 338 bullets at supersonic velocities, which would be fine, but it shares the AR-10 platform with the 308 Winchester, and on paper at least, the 308 Winchester absolutely smokes it. But on pressure-treated lumber, I'm not so sure, so let's see what 2 shots of 8.6 does to start. With the first shot, I was like, maybe I jerked it low, so I aimed at the same place in the circle at the top, and it got the same results. So, I mean, definitely consistent results. But anyway, let's check out the back and see. Oh, whoa, that one blew out a giant chunk of the wood right there. Holy shiteballs. And then the other one doesn't appear to have opened up really much at all. What does that mean for the steel? Okay. Well, that's why it ripped out a giant chunk, because it was freaking tumbling, and then the other one smashed right into the steel. I really don't think it opened up by the time it got to the steel, but there is a very nice dent on the steel right here. This one left an ever so slightly small dent. Anyway, let's see what the 308 has to offer. And I almost forgot to tell you, we're using a 168 grain TTSX in the 308, and we're using a 210 grain TSX in the 8.6. I don't know if it's the twist rate or what, but I have not seen a load with the TTSX in the 8.6. But, I mean, it's pretty much the same bullet. I don't know what it is about that rifle and copper bullets, but it does not seem to be a fan. Anyway, I mean, the 2 shots are pretty decent. Let's check out the back and see. Oh, okay, so it looks like they may have opened up a little bit more than the 8.6. I mean, that one definitely for sure, and that one appears to be pretty similar to the 8.6. What does that mean for the steel, though? Okay. Okay, so I think the top one up here appears to be about the same damage as the 8.6. I'll have to, ooh, yeah, I'm not sure which one went deeper. And then the bottom one down here, I don't think it was tumbling, but it could have been. It left a bigger dent than the 8.6 though. Almost looks like the 308 was opened up more than the 8.6, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So I guess that means we need to break out the good old calipers. It was so freaking close, I'm just gonna call this one a draw. The other day my friend asked, do you happen to have a jackhammer that I could borrow to bust up some concrete? And I was like, why would I have one of those? But then I remembered I have 2 things that are potentially better than a jackhammer. I guess we just need to figure out which one is more efficient at getting through concrete so that my friend and I don't have to bust concrete all day. And I think this 1.57 inch thick piece of it, oh, we forgot the wings. Anyway, that should tell us pretty nicely. Let me grab the wings real quick. All right, now the 1.57 inch thick piece of concrete should tell us which one's better. It didn't bust it up super spectacularly, but I could see this hole from a freaking mile away. No denying that hole right there. That is freaking impressive, especially from 50 yards. Copper bullets are no joke when it comes to concrete. I think that's what my friend and I will be using. Actually, I probably should get a new piece of plywood just in case they overlap. I didn't even realize that there was so much concrete left behind. I could be wrong and we'll have to look in the slow-mo, but that one seemed to do a much better job busting up the concrete. Wow, that's a lot of powder on there, but look at that hole. That might be an even cleaner hole than the 8.6, but we'll still go ahead and call this one a draw. You know, based on penetration performance alone. There's powder all over my hand. No, officer, it's concrete powder, I promise. But anyway, I am super glad that I changed out the 3/4 inch piece of plywood, because that definitely would have overlapped with the 8.6 there. I really hate calling that round a draw, but I guess it is what it is. Luckily, or maybe unluckily, my friend said that there's going to be some mild steel mixed in with the concrete that we have to work around. So I guess whichever cartridge is better at getting through some mild steel will ultimately be the one that we choose to go with. And from what he told me, I believe it's going to be primarily 1/4 inch mild steel, so let's make sure that both cartridges can at least get through that. Something's always got to be in the way. There we go. Alrighty, I think we are nice and tight. You think the 8.6 can make it through this time? Oh yep, that is exactly as I remember it. If you saw my last video with the 8.6, which I would definitely recommend checking out because it's versus the 300 Blackout with subsonic, so that one was super cool. But anyway, even at 25 yards, it looked almost identical to the 50-yard performance on a 1/4-inch piece of mild steel. I mean, you would think surely it would go through that, but also I guess you really can't use anything besides copper bullets with supersonics on the 8.6 because of the crazy twist rate. Don't get me wrong, copper bullets are great on a lot of targets, but obviously mild steel is just not one of them. Question is, does the 308 have enough extra juice in the tank to get through a 1/4-inch piece of mild steel with a copper bullet? The answer is a resounding yes. It has enough extra juice in the tank, and that is a freaking cool looking hole. Basically plated in copper, but let's check it. Oh, yeah, there is something sharp in there. That did not feel good on my pinky. And because I think both these cartridges would make excellent hog slayers at night, I wanted to tell you about the new DNT Thermite sight that I recently saw. Not only is this thing a freaking thermal optic, but it also has night vision and daytime settings built into it as well. What's really freaking cool about this one, though, is that you can run both these settings at the same time, so not only can you pick up the game, but you could also verify them at the same time, which is a game changer. Now, I mean, don't go thinking you could shoot elk or deer at night like they have pictured on their website. I'm not sure why they would put that on there unless it's during the day. But it does have a recoil-activated recording system if you do want to record whatever you shoot. Plus, it has a built-in IR illuminator and a ballistic calculator with a laser rangefinder for those long-range shots. I was really impressed with all the features, especially for the price of this thing, so I think it's a really unique option. Oh no, guys, I think this clamp finally, oh, yep, definitely finally gave out there. So I guess that settles it. My friend and I are going with the 308, but that begs the question, what's the difference in muzzle velocity between these cartridges, as well as muzzle energy? The 308 is absolutely smoking it, but according to Kevin over at Q, the 8.6 is somehow more lethal than the 308 even though it's not producing as much energy. He says with the sheer number of RPMs that the 8.6 produces, because it's a 1 in 3 twist, that it delivers more energy on target, which could be true. I mean, I'm not disagreeing, but let's see how this compares on these water jugs. And Terry, buddy, I know you like seeing the destruction, but it's getting late. I don't want you all wet for the ride home. Let me just take you away. Oh, you want to play Mr. Tough Guy, huh? You're going to timeout like no other. Ah. All right, that should be better. Oh, hey Terry, walking up on the camera, there are a few tiny little drops, nothing too major, but holy shite balls. I'll be honest, I really didn't see it because I think the scope kicked me off, but look at how shredded this jug is. I think that might be even more devastation at 50 yards than it was at 25. That is freaking nuts. And even the second one here, or this could be the first, I'm not sure what the order was, but it got freaking mangled. Holy shite balls. Nice shot. But anyway, here is the steel, and it kind of looks like it opened up, but I guess it opened up, but it really didn't do much to the steel. I wonder how far away the bullet bounced. Yeah, I really don't have time to find it. Guys, I'm not messing with you. I have never seen jugs this shredded apart. Like, it basically ripped the plastic molecules apart. My gosh, he might be onto something with those RPMs. And speaking of RPMs, let's calculate just how many we're dealing with. Not math! Don't worry, it'll be easy. Relatively. So the 308 was going about 2,551 feet a second. There is 60 seconds in a minute, 12 inches in a foot, and 1 revolution every 10 inches. So that gives us 183,672 RPMs. But if we do the same thing for the 8.6, let's get that in there. Holy shit, he's not kidding about the RPMs. But does it surpass energy? Oh, hey Terry. First off, let me say wow, but anyway, here is the camera, and I do not see any water on it. But, I mean, that does not mean it was more impressive than the 8.6, although the, oh man, this jug also got shredded apart like crazy. Maybe it's copper bullets and not the RPMs. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that looks exactly like the 8.6, if not worse, potentially. I'll have to review the slow-mo, but man. And what did we get on the steel? Oh crap. Guys, I think we overlapped the exact same bullet hole right there. The dent appears to be getting a little bit bigger, but steel's not going to be telling us much. So let's check out the slow-mo. Really not that much of a difference.
Is there ever much of a difference?
Backed by popular demand by toilet sitters everywhere.
No, don't bring me into this.
We have the Sandbox.
But I always love the Sandbox. I thought I told you, get rid of the Sandbox.
I've read the comments, I've heard the frustration. Somebody even went as far as to email me saying keep the Sandbox. But anyway, we have the Sandbox back, and in this case, because the 8.6 is going quite a bit slower, and I don't know if the bullet's actually opening up, I think it might actually do better than the 308. Obviously one of them has to go through to know which one did better, but let's find out. Oh, how we've missed you. Oh, and by the way, I've been out of the Sandbox game for a little too long, I guess, because I forgot my freaking tape. Let's hope this doesn't make a mess. What a great shot to break in the brand new Sandbox, and I guess if this is the only mess there is, that's really not too bad. But everybody, I want to hear you sing, let's turn it around. And oh shit, look at that. Wow, guys. There are not many cartridges that make it through the Sandbox. Let's see if it actually did anything to the plywood back here. Nope, but we will take that. Oh my gosh, what a way to break in this Sandbox. What a way. The only thing I wish I had is some tape. And guys, there she blows. Look at this bullet. Holy shit, is it hot. That is a lot of friction going through sand. It just keeps getting hotter. Oh my gosh, but man, look at that ice cream cone. I can't believe it mushroomed out and still made it to the plywood. That is freaking nuts. Let's hear from our good friend Terry. You think the 308 will go through? Yes! That's wishful thinking, but we'll see. Before we do that, though, I want to give a big thanks to Midway USA for all the support they've given this channel over the past couple years. Guys, if you like the testing I do here, I really think you'll like Midway USA. I also want to give a huge thanks to Gorilla for supplying the excellent 8.6 ammo loaded with the 210 grain TSX, as well as CMMG for making this Descent Mark III possible for testing as well. This thing is freaking sweet. Oh man, we have got a crime scene on our hands. This Sandbox head splattered everywhere. Holy shiteballs. But anyway, I turned it so that there was no chance of mistaking the exit hole of the 8.6. Now let's turn it around and see what we get. Absolutely nothing, but oh, that feels pretty hard. Not in a sexual way, but anyway, maybe the bullet is in there. Let me dig around a little bit. Okay guys, the 308 got to the wall back here. Wow, look at how much it mushroomed out. It literally looks like a mushroom now. My gosh, that is cool. It was so freaking close to getting through. No, officer, this white powder is not what you think it is. So I guess you can't always judge a box by its cover, because the 8.6 was way freaking closer to the 308 than I thought it'd be. Question is, are you willing to pay for it? And remember, don't let ballistics drive you bananas.